Welcome to Guide to Points. In today's video, we will break down our Alaska trip for 4 people for 3 days, 4 nights on points. When I started thinking about this trip, there are only a couple of airlines that fly out of the Salt Lake City airport, which is the closest airport to me. I researched both airlines and credit cards that transferred points to those airlines to decide what cards to start applying for. I started a year in advance with those cards to make sure I would have enough points to fly my whole family. For flights, I transferred 239,600 American Express points to Delta Airlines for 4 round-trip tickets from Salt Lake City to Anchorage in Comfort Plus. Comfort Plus is Delta's step down from first class, so you get more legroom and better snacks, and it was really nice for just under $60K per person. We paid $44.80 in taxes and fees, and it would have cost $2,676. So the redemption value was 1.11 cents per point. We had a layover in Seattle, and it wasn't very long. It was about an hour, but we did try the club lounge to grab some free food for lunch and also use their private bathrooms. My husband and I both have Priority Pass. You can get the membership for free with several different credit cards, and the Priority Pass allows you to bring in 2 guests to over 1,700 airport lounges worldwide. On our way to Alaska, we visited the lounge in Concourse S, and it was almost empty. So there was plenty of seating and the food was okay, but not as many options as other lounges that we had visited at other airports. On the way home from Anchorage, we visited the Club Lounge in Seattle on Concourse A, and it was very crowded. We had to wait for a seat, and it was the exact same food and beverage options as we had already experienced 4 days before. So we were a little disappointed in that they didn't have a different menu. For a rental car, I used 62,909 Capital One points to book with Alamo, and I went through the Capital One portal. We got a mid-size SUV. It was a 2025 Hyundai Kona, brand new, and it would have cost $629. So that was about 1 cent per point redemption value. For our hotel, we booked the Hyatt Place Midtown in Anchorage, and we transferred 72,000 Chase points to Hyatt. So that ended up being 18,000 points per night for 4 nights. We only booked 1 room for 4 people. The room had 2 queen-size beds and a sofa pull-out bed. At Hyatt Place, we received free breakfast, and it also has private TV areas like the one pictured here down in the lobby, and a pool and hot tub. The resort fees were waived for booking with Hyatt directly. It would have cost $3,792, so our redemption was 5.2 cents per point, and that's why we love Hyatt. I will say that this is not the nicest Hyatt Place we ever stayed at. It was clean, but the big disappointment was breakfast. It was exactly the same every morning, and sometimes they only had paper plates and plastic forks, and it just wasn't as nice as some of the other Hyatts that we have stayed at. So of course, there are some things that you will have to pay money for. Some of the activities that we did while around Anchorage is we took a trolley tour. We took a Portage Glacier cruise, which was a favorite for my kids, and we went to the Alaska Wildlife Center. We also took the Alyeska tram ride up the mountain. We went to Indian Valley Gold Mine to pan for gold. We also rode the Alaska Railroad to Talkeetna and back, and while we were in Talkeetna, we went ziplining. And then, of course, you'll have to pay for food and souvenirs. So depending on what types of activities and what you want to eat, you're going to want to budget for those. Overall, we saved a total of $7,052.29 for 4 people, 3 days, and 4 nights around Anchorage. I hope you've enjoyed learning about how I took my family to Alaska for nearly free. Remember, your journey is not my journey. You may find better redemptions than I did. This game's not a competition, but rather just for fun. Keep watching my Instagram posts as well as the course videos in my link tree. And please use my links to sign up for your credit cards because that helps me on my points journey as well. And always remember that wherever your points take you, to enjoy the journey.